Hey, what's up, Project X? Hope you're doing well, bro. I'm doing good. Alright, so I finally got the hang of setting up the stream. Yeah, if you are on the Discord, the stream is going to be on the Discord as well. This is just mainly like just to get more reach and stuff from the YouTubes. So yeah, we're gonna essentially test it out live streaming on the Discord as well as the YouTube. But yeah, let's see how it goes. Oh, what's up, Matt? What's up, bro? Let's see. Very cool, very cool. All right, so I'm gonna. What's up, Sapien Trader? Hope you're doing well, bro. All right, so I'm gonna test how it looks. All right, we're just gonna test how everything looks, and then let's try see like how the Discord thing works as well. So, I made this cool thing. You guys can see. Now you can see the chart. Alright, and then also on the top here, bro, did you see the GIF I comment? Yes, I did see it, bro. I did see it. I'm gonna reply to all the comments and stuff later today. Can you guys see the chart and stuff? Is it not too overwhelming, or does it look clean? Okay, sick. I just need to get the chat on here as well. Let me add this thing. Widgets, chat box, source. Chat box should come through over here. Alright guys, so when you chat, it should come on the left hand side. Alright, so let's just send a message saying whatever. Let's see if it pops up. Just type in anything, it should pop up. Bro is mastering everything. There you go. It comes out relatively okay. Yeah, relatively alright. Okay, cool. So I'm going to go live on the Discord only later on. It's nicer than Discord. Do you guys prefer this over Discord? The only thing with, if we all had to stream together, it will be a little bit tough to get Gemma and Ethan like all streaming on one thing. Damn, okay. Well, maybe we can move over to YouTube at some point. But yeah, I prefer this as well. I look like a professional streamer, bro. Alright, so what I'm going to do, everyone that's here, I'm going to break down the gold setup, or essentially break up the what kind of trade we're looking at today, right? As well as any requests. Yeah, Discord does have nice gifts, bro. But like I said, if you guys are from the Discord, when we do go live on the Discord, obviously, you know, stay on the Discord. It's a lot better. This is just for like extra stuff. So this will be recorded, and essentially whatever happens every single day on the Discord lives, you guys can come to my YouTube and then watch it back. So if you miss the Discord live, you can watch it here. And yeah, you guys can also see, like, on top of my webcam, I have the Discord here too. So we'll see how it all plays out. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go over gold first. All right, and then I do, because on bigger screen it's clearer. Yeah, I think this does look way cleaner here. So yeah, I'm going to go over gold. I basically do a pre-market analysis, and then you guys will essentially have my outlook on gold for today. And then by the time that we're done, maybe we do some chats here, we'll go live on the Discord. All right. Sharp, bro. I appreciate that. All right. So essentially, if you guys were on stream yesterday, you would have known that I was looking at sells over here, right, at 2432 to about 2436. All right. Price came here quite nicely. And then rejected. I think someone mentioned it in the Discord chat about price coming to the sell zone. So yeah, if you guys did take a short from here, probably would have been not such a big trade, to be fair, but a trade nonetheless. All right, so let's break everything down. Let me just remove all my alerts. Yes. Remove. Yes. Yes. And yes. All right. So let's look at gold from a 1 hour perspective and see exactly what's happening. All right. So if you guys recall, I think on Tuesday or Wednesday, I essentially called this buy, but it didn't necessarily close how I wanted on the daily for me to take the buy, right? So let's clear out this information and let's move everything. So how I like to trade, essentially when I trade, I like to use fib zones on the weekly and essentially the day before, and then while I'm trading I'll draw up the fib for the daily range so far, right? Obviously you won't have the final range because the day is still progressing. So now today being Friday, we are going to look at Thursday's low and Thursday's high, right? So over here you can see we have Wednesday's high, Wednesday's low. So let's look at the peak of Thursday's high, which is about here, right, at 2426. So let's move our horizontal ray over here, and we're going to rename it Thursday high. All right. So we have Thursday's high over there, and now we're going to look for Thursday's low. Thursday low essentially over here at 2380. Thanks for subscribing, bro. I appreciate it. So over here we have Thursday's low. All right, text Thursday low. All right. So Thursday low marked 2380, Thursday's high mark 2427, right? So essentially when you're using the fib, all right, if your bias is long, you're going to draw it from the top to the bottom, all right? If your bias is long. If your bias is short, you're going to draw it from the bottom till the top, all right? So here, obviously, how price is moving, right? We are already surpassing last week's 50%. Could essentially be a retest of the 50% area of last week, which could come down. But looking at how price has been moving, we could say that so far price is bullish, right? So essentially so far price is bullish. Let's adjust our trends slightly. Let's remove this. All right. So because price is bullish, we are drawing our fib from the top to the bottom. Top to the bottom, All right, so now you guys always know when I talk about fib zones, we have a golden zone. So the golden zone is essentially the 50% and 0.5 and 0.618. That is the golden zone. Fuck, that sub thing is cool. Yeah, so whenever you guys sub, it makes like a, bro, yeah, call me Elon Musk, bro. All right, so this is my golden zone. Take it over here. All right, so a golden zone is really important because I like to work with percentages. So essentially, you have buyers and sellers. Equally, you would like buyers or sellers to fulfill 50% of the opposing position, right? Oil Buddy Fun, thanks for subscribing, bro. All right, so based off so far, we can look at Friday's price. Ideally, would still like to come down to yesterday's 50% area as well as the 0.618. And looking at where this is, right, it's essentially aligned with a bullish trend line that I have here. All right. So whenever you trade, you need a lot of reasons for entering, right? So for example, let's just say price is rejecting on resistance, right? Yes, that might be a sign for shorts, but for me personally, I need at least 2 or 3 minimum reasons to enter. So obviously you need a lot of validation in an area of confluence. So that's where I rely on other factors such as trend lines, Japanese candlesticks, Fibonacci zones, it could be fair value gap, whatever the case may be, right? So here essentially we have a fair value gap at the bottom here, but we have a trend line as well as a 50% area. All right, so we could see essentially price possibly pulling back, continuing long, and this kind of trade would give us a relatively nice stop loss, right? But again, let's do more data, let's do more research on exactly what's happening, right? So that is our golden zone, and then we need to mark our 1.618 area. All right, so essentially how you trade the Fibonacci is you'll have the daily high, which is marked as 1, and you can see that that's Thursday's high, as well as the daily low marked 0, which is the Thursday low. All right, so essentially once we break that range, which is close to where we are now, once we break that range, we can see price essentially rejecting or reversing in this area. But again, you need a lot more validation to take that trade. You can't just take the trade based off a 1.618 reversal area. You can as well, but for an A plus setup or B plus setup, you at least need more reasons for validation. Appreciate Project X. Thank you so much, bro. So yeah, whenever I trade, I always look for multiple reasons for validation, and you'll see when I do trade, I don't trade every single day. Yes, I'll still do analysis to predict where price is, but unless price is coming to a nice area of confluence for myself, I won't take the trade, right? So over here, let's mark this this 1.618 zone, right? So for Thursday, I'll mark it green, and then we do 1.618 Thursday. All right, so essentially when price comes here, we can potentially see a rejection or reversal purely just because of the 1.618, which is the Fibonacci. All right, so let's clear this area now. All right, so what are we working with? We have Thursday's range so far. Now let's get Friday's range, all right? So Friday, essentially the low is over here at 2416.55. Thank you, bro. That means a lot to me. Thank you so much. All right, so we have Friday's low so far here. Let's mark it. Friday's low. And we have Friday's high, all right, so far. All right, so this is so far the low for Friday, and so far for the high for Friday. All right, so let's remove this over here. So based off what's going on now, all right, what do we have going on? My blue rectangles are essentially support and resistance blocks. Here you can see trend lines. So this is a Wednesday, Thursday trend line that occurred from Wednesday. And then this is essentially a bullish trend line starting from Monday, Wednesday, and essentially respecting the whole week, right? So what we could do, we could name this weekly bullish trend. All right, so we have the weekly bullish trend, and then we also have a bullish trend from Wednesday and Thursday, right? So why do we do this? Okay, instead of just having, like a lot of people have clean charts, I like to have a lot of data on my chart just to justify exactly key areas in price, all right, as well as potential areas where we can look for entries. So we can see that, essentially this trend line over here, let's make it a little bit thicker. All right, if price comes over here and let's just say it respects it, right, we can essentially say, okay, cool, we're good for longs. Why? Because we have our golden zone over here, matches our bullish trend, okay, and upon breaking, did we get a retest on trend? Yes, we did. All right, so we got a retest on trend over here once it broke through. All right, but this is the nice thing for these kind of setups, and also what gives you more validation with your trades. It makes you understand more, right? So, lots of the times when you take a setup and let's just say it goes against you, you need to know why it went against you. You can't just say, oh, like the markets are weird, whatever. You need to know exactly why it went against you. So here we can see that if price comes to our fib zone, our golden zone, and breaks the weekly trend and continues going down, right, we can say that the week just turned essentially bullish, right? It essentially turned bullish. So with this kind of trade here, we can have a nice tight setup. A nice tight setup. We can either look to go short here, because remember, last week's low is at 2370. If this week flips bullish, if this week flips bearish, we can essentially see that price might match last week's low, if not lower. And remember, we do have another support zone over here, all right? Doesn't necessarily mean it will bounce off support, but we can see where we'll try take profits on this trade. All right. So let's look at what essentially what we can do so far. So I would say that in terms of buys, right, I would only look for buys at this area over here. All right. It's a little bit too around here. All right, so my buy zone would be 2402 till about 2411. Now why is your buy zone that area, Jamie? Well, last week's 61.8% fib zone, which is essentially the 0.618, which we marked over here too. All right, so it's a good area for price to bounce off. We have support, all right, by my support and resistance block, as well as the yesterday's golden zone, as well as a trend line. So can you guys see, right? Support, last week's 61.8% fib zone, yesterday's golden zone, as well as a bullish trend line. That's 4 reasons to take this buy. That's amazing, right? 4 reasons. You're not just taking a trade based off one thing, which might be a bounce on trend, right? We have 4 reasons, which is amazing. All right. So, sorry, I'm just getting a call. All right, guys. So 4 reasons to take this buy setup, right? And let's just say market wants to move bearish, which is a possibility, but so far since Monday, we've been bullish. So, we're all for longs, right? This would be the best area to look for buy setups, but we need price to pull back, right? And especially in a bullish market, that's if price is up, you're going to be looking for longs. We really need price to come back a little bit for us to take a safe entry, right? So at the moment, my blue zones are basically support and resistance. So here you can see support, support, resistance, resistance. All right, so that's essentially what my blue zones are. So how I would look for this trade is if we're going to flip bearish. Nah, bro, this is good watch confirmations you're showing. It's opening my eyes, bro. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. So let's say a last minute trade, right? Let's just say we don't get price coming over here. Price just goes long. Which area could we possibly get shorts at, right? So previously this was another minor support area. I think this was based off the there we go, 1 hour support and resistance area, right? So let's look. We essentially have another one over here, right? Boom, boom. All right, let's mark this the same color. Make it a little bit dark. All right, so we have a 1 hour SNR. 1 hour support and resistance area as well. Okay, so, and that matches with our 1.618 reversal zone. All right, so essentially we could look to take shorts over here. The kind of setup that I would look is maybe something like this. SR daily's high, and then probably something like that, right? But again, looking at this kind of trade, you won't be as confident taking shorts. Why? All right, so I'm going to go onto the weekly. All right, I'm just removing my joins for the moment. All right, daily time frame. Let's look. All right, bearish, bearish, bearish. Well, that was last week. From Monday, bearish. Tuesday, bearish. Wednesday, bearish. Today is essentially, yesterday was bullish, right? And today we can possibly look to go bullish again. So based off this, daily, it looks like we're just moving in this range, all right? Weekly time frame, let's see how the week is looking, right? Now this is quite interesting, right? Last week we closed bullish. This week, okay, now remember today is Friday. This week price did go below last week's low, went lower than that. But essentially we could close this week in either a bullish candle, possibly a hammer, right, or a spinning top, which is essentially what price is doing now, right? So I would say the main trade that we're looking for is a long. I have more confidence in long because remember we have 4 reasons why we want to take a long. And then if we look at the potential sell area again, we're looking at only shorting about 2455. So again, like what I would do with shorts, I'd probably risk a lot less, maybe half of my long positions, purely just because the SR will be slightly higher and it's kind of going against how the week is moving, right? Because if where price right now is at, it's essentially still bearish, but the moment we pass this area over here, 2477, which will be where our stop loss will be, this week has turned bullish, right? So yeah, essentially where price is now, we just need a little bit of pullback. Maybe we'll get that at New York session. If we get a pullback, amazing, we'll enter this trade. If we don't get a pullback, essentially we will look to take shorts closely here. But what I would do is the moment price comes into this area, cool, we have resistance and we have a 1.618 Fibonacci zone, right? The third thing that I'll look for is a reversal Japanese candlestick. So that could be either like a evening star, a shooting star, whatever the case may be. So if we can get a bearish and reversal Japanese candlestick in this area, we can look to go short. And to be honest, it would be safer to probably have a trade similar to this, where if price comes up, we'll look to TP1 would be essentially support. You know, in case we get a retest on support, could bounce up. So TP1 we'll take here, and then we would obviously close at 50%, like how we usually do. Or not close, sorry, we move our SL to BE at 50%. And yes, we could move further down, but closing majority of your positions over here at 2432.77 is a safer bet. So there we go. That's the breakdown for gold today. Longs again look amazing, but sells higher up, a little bit sketchy. A little bit sketchy. Thank you, bro. I can fly. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. All right, guys. So yeah, that's my setup. You know what it is. You must be buzzing, Matt. You're thinking of that Spider-Man meme. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, nice breakdown. So if it goes to the golden zone, we buy. If it goes to the 1.618, we sell after the other. Yes, exactly. But again, remember, our overall bias is longs, right? So if we do take sells, I'd really recommend going half your position that you would normally do. Even though like we have a really good track record with gold at the moment, I'm not super happy with selling over there, to be very honest with you. So yeah, we will probably sell if we can get out at 243.77. Amazing. If we can get out lower, perfect. Yeah. It's honestly, so you see, like the thing with trading, right? It's like if you think about a bunch of systems, right, and respect to a bunch of other people's systems, but for me, what I like to do is a lot of people will just focus on, for example, just a Fibonacci trade. You know, they'll just use fibs. I always say try get as many reasons why you should enter the trade. If it's just one reason, for me personally, it's not enough. For some people, it is. But then look at their long-term track record. If they're just focusing on one reason to enter a trade, you'll see that there's a little bit inconsistency with the track record, maybe even a long-term negative. So for me, I'm implementing a lot of stuff. I'm implementing support and resistance, weekly highs, weekly lows, daily highs, daily lows, Fibonacci levels on multiple time frames, trend lines, Japanese candlesticks, and fair value gaps. So essentially 7. I'm sure there's a lot more. Like I do trade patterns as well, but patterns won't be like the sole basis of the reason why I'll trade, right? Like for example, head and shoulders. Bro, I'm super happy to hear that. So yeah, like, you know, this is just how I trade. Use it if you want to, but always back yourself. So if you have a system, right, don't necessarily change your system because, you know, I'm doing well with gold or whatever. Maybe implement a few factors just to give yourself some more confirmation on your trades. But if your system's working for you, it's working for you. You don't have to change anything. Sure, bro. So yeah, like the thing with YouTube now, obviously I literally just have one video on my channel, right? It was on the Bitcoin halving. Essentially every single day, I'll be posting videos like this, the lives. So you can watch this video back on my channel. But I'll do more like in-depth videos of like breakdowns and stuff. And yeah, I have the vlog coming out on the 20th of August. 20th of August, bro. That's going to be really, really cool. It's probably my favorite video that I've ever made. But eventually, you know, I'll try to add as much value as I can. But for me, like, to be honest, I only really need to make one big video on trading, because, you know, I want, like, yes, in terms of views and stuff, you know, I could like slowly dissect it, teach you support and resistance on one video and then the other. But I can literally put everything in like maybe a 40-50 minute video, and that's the whole system. So yeah, that's basically what I'll do. I can't really be asked to like make multiple videos on a thing, just dissecting it down. Yeah, bro. That's why there's such a dark like connotation with trading, right? Because of like scammers and stuff. Yeah, with anything though, not only trading, but trading, it's the easiest to scam people. You know, it really is. Um, but yeah, that's how I trade, bro. And like I've been trading like this like the past 4 or 5 years. But I'd say only maybe since last year I've been like fine tuning it. You know, like still respecting putting my fibs on last week and yesterday, the day before, daily highs, weekly lows, daily lows, just so that I can have more data. My chart looks choppy, you know, it looks very, very choppy. But for me, this is a language, you know, it's telling me a lot of stuff. So yeah, essentially we have 30 minutes until New York session open. And we just wait and see. I actually want to change this chat box. Text color, font size. Yeah, so if your chart makes sense to you, right, then you're good. Again, like I have a long setup and a short setup. Well, I have two short setups and one long setup. So obviously longs, this is the only position where I'd look to buy, purely because we could take essentially a long here once we break resistance and retest it. That could be a trade, but yeah, this could be a trade as well, to be very, very honest with you. I might look at this as well. So like if we break resistance, probably put SL just below this trend line of Wednesday and Thursday, and then TP here. We could grab that as well. Does your trade validation work across all trading pairs, including Yes, it does. It definitely does. But you know, I'd say just do some form of back testing. So for example, like I know Nasdaq, Dow Jones, this works as well. I haven't necessarily done an analysis on Nasdaq and Dow Jones, just because that's at the moment that's Ethan and Gemma's bread and butter, right? Mine at the moment is gold, so I just focus on gold. But yeah, honestly, like if you understand how the system works, just based off what I taught you guys, honestly, give it a go, bro. Give it a go. And then when this live is done, you can watch the video again on my channel, just to like maybe baby step everything. Give it a go, and you'll see, like, you know, it does actually play out. But yeah, so we could look for longs here at 243.92. Only if we get a break and a retest. But key buy zones here. I think I'll have a drill for that sells on like maybe M and buy, and then my PM will sell. Yeah, that could be. The only thing is because it's Friday, bro. So like trading in the PM session, unless we get some like a lot of volume, um, I don't really like trading PM session on Fridays just because you might get caught in like a position, and then obviously you don't really want to hold a trade during the weekend, right? So yeah, it just depends on the volume and also your setup. But yeah, so we have two sell setups and two buy setups. We got a buy setup lower down. We got a buy setup higher up. Don't like this one at all, but we could get in. Sell setup higher up, and then a sell setup also essentially here. So let's just say if price comes down to our buy zone, right? We get in the confirmations we want. Price is playing out, but over a sudden it just flips bearish, right? Once our SL hits, unless our SL is at BE, but if our SL hits, we would wait for a retest on this trend, as well as a golden zone, and essentially short down to Thursday's low and last week's low, especially aiming for the support area over here at 2363. So yeah, it would be back-to-back trades, but it just depends what the market gives us today. I'll give it a go. Thanks, bro. Yeah, gold, like, bro, like our gold stats have been amazing since we started the group. We only took one loss on gold, and that was a 1% loss. But since then, TPs and BEs. I think maybe 2 or 3 BEs, but the rest has been TPs. So yeah, gold's been really, really nice lately. Sure, bro, I'll do that. Let me just clear this out. So weekly time frame. All right, there we go. So, this has changed now. This is obviously a weekly trend. All right. Weekly. Alright, so you won't be able to see it proper on the weekly time frame, because yeah, that's that's how it looks. Let me actually do it on the daily Sapien Trader so that you can see, right? So there you go, daily is essentially something like this. I prefer to possibly like show this on the 4 hour or the 1 hour time frame, but yeah, essentially because price continuously like has been playing above this trend line, and then if you dissect it on a smaller time frame, you can actually see the bounces on this trend. So let's possibly go to the 4 hour. Let's see how that looks. There you go. So from Monday, Wednesday, Thursday broke down but re-entered. Thursday continued, and then from Wednesday, Thursday we have a new bullish trend line. So I think the 4 hour can showcase that better. Alright guys, so if you do have any other questions, let me know. I'm probably going to end the stream soon, and then at 3:30 I'll go live on the Discord. I might trade, I might try stream both, but I don't know if it's going to interfere with the Discord's stream. Obviously I'll prioritize the Discord stream, but I think it would just be cool to have this on record for you guys. You go, bro. Yeah, bro. What are you trading? Stem Bisor. What's like your main pairs that you trade? I just recently got into gold, but before I traded UJ and GJ. Yeah, so I don't like currency pairs too much, forex pairs. For me, yeah, I just don't have like a great track record with them. But it would be interesting to see how this system plays out with forex pairs. So maybe give it a go on UJ and GJ. See how if it makes sense to you. Definitely let me know. If it plays out quite cool, then maybe you could start trading some currency pairs. Um, yes, so I am doing a crypto giveaway. I'm probably going to select like 2 or 4 people to send USDT to. But I'll only go through those probably tonight or tomorrow morning. Um, so yeah, if you commented on my latest reel, I appreciate you. Yeah, I had the same story, bro. So I think like anyone that starts trading, right, you start with currency pairs, right? Um, and yeah, for me, like currency pairs, it's just I think my habit is I'll probably look for more like swing setups than like day trading or scalp setups. That's just like how I trade. Um, but also with currency pairs, like I also put a fair amount of investment into fundamentals, right? And you know the thing with what's the name fundamentals, for example, Nasdaq, right? It's easy to keep track of tech stocks because tech stocks are like trending. You know, sometimes it's quite interesting, especially like Apple, Tesla, all that stuff. So fundamentally, it's quite easy to know what's going on with what you trade. But the moment you trade a currency pair, for example, like UJ, right? You are looking at macroeconomics essentially. So you need to focus on like what's happening in the economy in terms of the United States and Japan. Yes, there are like a couple headliners, right? Like for example, with Japan and the interest rates, and obviously the lending from US investors leveraging that. But if you're not keeping track, or if you're only seeing the headlines, right, and which they don't happen as often, you really need to dissect what's happening in the economy to justify your move. So yes, technical analysis is very, very important, but I like to also have some form of fundamental backing. So yeah, like if I have to understand what's happening in the economy of the United States, and Japan, bro, it's a lot. It's a lot to catch up on, and it's boring. But obviously, when you're trading Nasdaq, USD, and gold, you still have to keep alert with what's happening in the US economy. But you don't really have to factor in any other economy besides whatever pair you're trading. So like Nasdaq Tech, maybe top 10, top 15 companies in the Dow Jones, and obviously gold being a safe haven. One thing that helped me with gold is to get trades of high volume moves and then get a POI out of it. Yeah, so that's one thing that we really look for, especially trading, right? Is like the volume. So in a heavy fundamental week, we can get some nice volume, but also the thing is when there's some heavy fundamentals, like let's just say for example, right? We have a really clean zone essentially here, right, at 2404, 2404 to 2411. With heavy fundamentals and also that volume coming in, we could see a little bit heavier drawback or pullback, even though like your overall bias is correct. You could get some heavy drawback. That's one thing that I don't like. But the moment that if you can dissect it on a smaller time frame just to see like the best time to get in, hence why I use Japanese candlesticks. If you can see some form of reversal or some kind of sign that's linked to your bias, whether it's bullish or bearish, upon it happening in your key zone, then that's perfect. That's how you can maximize high volume days. Currency pairs can issue a lot. Yeah. Yeah, they can. They definitely can. All right, guys. Thanks so much for being a part of this. Yeah, we only, I think we reached like 11 viewers. Hopefully it does grow soon, especially for like the pre-market analysis and stuff. But I'm going to end the stream here. You guys can watch it on my YouTube channel. We're going to go live in probably 10 minutes on the Discord. And yeah, I'll see you guys there. Project X, before I go, what trade are you in with gold? Okay, cool. Sweet. Thanks so much, guys. See you.